Hello everyone, and welcome to today's stream. Well, what can I say other than it's going to be a long one. I have the house to myself for pretty much all day, so we're just going to kind of hang out, play some video games, maybe chat. We'll see what happens. First things first, we have a manufacturer's race. This is the last manufacturer's race, I believe, for Exhibition 1 of 2025. Unfortunately, we missed the Interlagos round. I'm really beating myself up about that, because if you look at our point rankings and you focus on the rounds that we did participate in compared to everyone else, we're in the fight for leading McLaren for sure. You know, who says we couldn't have gotten 110 points for our Interlagos sprint? You know, we could be leading that, and that's kind of disappointing to see that I had to miss that round. It really sucks because this is our last year with McLaren, and I want to give it a proper send-off for GT2 before I go to Porsche and GT1 next year. So well, maybe we'll even get some GT1 in with McLaren this year. We don't really know. But it was such a shame to miss Interlagos. I'm not a big fan of Interlagos. I'm not too bummed about missing that track, but honestly, this year we're fighting for first places in manufacturers at least. What's the other one? Regionals, nationals, regional ranking. This is a long shot to try and fight for this. We got people who came in here about to graduate into GT1, about to get into high splits, but they're still going to be registered to GT2. So a lot of those guys in here have 400 points from 4 rounds. You know, these guys are getting 150 point splits, and that's just insane. I don't get to pick how many points I get in my split. I just kind of have to go with it. And man, I wish I was lucky enough to get a 166 point split. That's insane, honestly. But locally we're winning because nobody is local. Out of friends, we're winning. Nar missed round 1 apparently, which is a shame. We're really close. He's racing for Ferrari. You know, that's nobody plays in that area. So really, all that we can fight for realistically is manufacturer. And when we switch to Porsche, we won't be able to do that either. There's going to be way more people racing for Porsche. There's going to be way more talented people racing for Porsche. There's going to be, you know, more than however many people this is. Less than 100 people are racing for McLaren in GT2 right now. So this is really our best shot. 89 people so far have signed up to race for McLaren in the exhibition, and we're 6th. You know, there are people, I believe, who've done every round that are still behind us. So we haven't really gotten any high point splits, which I don't really understand, because I've won all my splits except for one, and then I redid that one. That's the Daytona one that was worth, I believe that's the one that was worth 101 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was a Daytona that was worth 101 points, and that was a really easy split. So I think the point splits aren't entirely fair. It looks like we're doing Daytona again, which is definitely an interesting choice. 650, not that strong at Daytona. I'm gonna be really honest. Daytona is... This is not the car for Daytona, okay? It's really simple. First split, I really struggled to get away from Nar and a lot of the other guys in anything other than a braking zone. So it's a big struggle. You know, you have to break away pretty quick, because the McLaren in the draft is as fast as another car that doesn't have any draft. So even when you break away from second place and you're in the lead, because you get a massive run through the infield, they're going to still stay behind you for the entire race. And even if it's a really low point split for me, it's such a struggle to hold on to P1 in this car. So that's going to be a huge problem that we face as we race. This is probably going to be the first time that we're streaming this, actually, since well, I was sick last time. I'm nowhere near as sick as I was that race, but I still have a little bit of phlegm in my throat. I should tell you again, I believe I've said this before, but we switched to running ABS again. That's given us a lot of pace. Huge amount of pace from flipping on the ABS again. We're going to jump in the car here in a second. This is just a practice session. We're not going to be able to beat Chung here. He's fighting for wins in GT1. He's pretty high up on the GT1 leaderboard. I met this guy in the NTRL. I didn't really race him. I could keep up with him at the best of times. I beat him a few times, but since then he's grown. He's gotten really fast. It's super impressive to see how far this guy's come. He's got the Lexus. There's no way that we're going to be able to get that close. I think we can get within a second if we push hard. If we get lucky, we can get within a second on a flying lap. But I don't expect to compete with Chung right now, because he's just on another level since the last time I raced wheel to wheel with him. It's incredible. He's part of AMS now, for goodness sake. You know, that's a real racing league. That's not like Adker Endig type stuff where it's trying to get picked up, where it's trying to be a real racing league. We're not really recruiting anybody, but we're trying to get a name out there. No, that's like, we're esports guys. You know, there's actual real GT World Series top split people who are in that group. So that's, every single time I see how far Chung's come, I'm just blown away. I wish I could do the same. But we're about ready to hop into the car. Just a couple more adjustments, and we'll start setting some flying laps. Okay. So I think in this split, well, I said this before. I said that we were going to get lucky if we could break top 5 at Daytona, and then we got second and first in 2 splits. And that second place, that's how I met Nar. We got taken out by a Brazilian guy together. That man then proceeded to win the race. So that split, a bit tainted, if we're being honest. Both of us kind of agree on that. But, you know, next split I won. It was a 100-point split. That's not that bad. But, I mean, I'm a top-tier GT2. So I'm kind of expecting a bit more speed. Don't know why we have that camera, but I'm expecting a little bit better split. Hopefully I get a good point split here. What's up, man? Manufacturers Cup. Fighting for a good spot on McLaren. No longer the win, though. I missed round 4, unfortunately. You made me remember not too long ago, I drove the R8 LMS for 3 hours around here to get ready for a 3-hour race in AMS 2, where me and Waleed drove the Lamborghini, and me and Waleed and I absolutely dominated that race. I got fastest lap by about a full second compared to the next car, and Waleed hopped in the car after that, got 5 tenths behind me. So it was just us Wooly didn't get the fastest lap. I got the fastest lap on the team, and it was half a second faster than everybody else. It's I've got a lot of practice on this track as of recently. You know, we really nailed it down. So we've managed to have that translate a little bit. We'll see if I still have that magic. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't been playing a lot. What I have been playing, if anything, has mostly been dirt. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. We're not going to be fast out of the box. Three hours. It's not that bad when you have different drivers. Because we were physically swapping drivers. We were in a physical location. Realistically, I only drove about 2 hours, which is still, you know, a long time to sit down and play a video game for, but I've just kind of, I don't know, like, there's real people who stay out there for a lot longer. We had people Ironmanning that race too, where they did drive the full 4 hours without swapping, and I believe in March, mid-March, same location, it's going to be Sebring in the LMDH cars. So the hypercars, IMSA hypercars, and I'm gonna Ironman that one. I believe it's gonna be 3 hours again. When you get so focused on the track and the car, and you just kind of, like, you're driving for 3 hours and you're practicing for double that, pretty much. You have way more practice time than you do race time. So it just kind of, you just kind of fall into a trance, and it all flies by. You don't really notice that you've been sitting down doing a circle for 3 hours, honestly. I will say though, that that Spa race, round 3 of this, that was only an hour-long race, and that felt like forever. That felt so much longer than an hour. I don't know if it was the weather. I don't know if it was because the car was so slow. You know, you had to fight for so much to gain so little. Like, that could have played a factor, I suppose. It's hard to say, though. Okay, I think the car's warmed up. We're gonna push this one a little bit harder, get a good line, push the braking zones, late apex, prioritize exits. Sideways there. Yeah. I've got some music in my ear. You guys can't hear it because it's all copyright. Not that that matters to me, because I don't have any kind of monetization or anything. I can't really get copyright killed or anything, but I've never really experimented with that before. I did think about making a video about what kind of music makes you drive faster. Just kind of like a shitpost type thing, though, but still kind of scientific in a way. Honest results, shitpost presentation, but, you know. We'll see how it goes this time. I do know that talking while I'm driving makes me a lot slower. I've definitely recorded that. I remember F1 qualifying in the F1 game, obviously. I was setting some flying laps. I joined the party, started talking some shit on some guys. Next lap was 1 second slower. And it was in a qualifying session, so the tires stayed the same, everything. I'm just massively slower. But we're only 4/10 off that Super 1 that time. I believe that was from last Daytona race, which we really did good in, considering we're in the McLaren, not looking a straight line. Didn't have the draft a lot. Hopefully we can get a repeat. It's a bit too late. We'll get a good exit though. Daytona's super weird like that. If you miss the corner, as long as you stay out wide, you can cut in and you can just fly out. If you know how to correct the mistake properly, you can't make mistakes. It's such a weird feeling track. You can either hold the inside line there, or you can go so late, so deep into the corner, and just have pretty much the same line. I think NASCARs could be great, especially since we have a lot more American road courses than we used to. Watkins Glen. Who doesn't love NASCARs at Watkins Glen? I think that could be really fun. I think, honestly, any kind of race car at all is really what we need. I'm not a big oval guy. I'm not really going to be out here asking for a lot of oval content. But content's content, you know. If they really amp up the oval feel, if they make NASCARs drive like NASCARs, if they make ovals exciting, you know, I'm all down to try it. I know what I like, and what I like is rally. And this game's not great at that, but I still play a lot of this game. You know, it's Gran Turismo. What it needs to do is it needs to appeal to a super wide range of people, in my opinion. Like, it needs oval stuff, it needs dirt stuff, it needs trucks, it needs prototypes, it needs GTs, it needs this huge mix of cars if they want to go this sim racing esports route. I think that's the direction that they should go in. They can obviously still have some of those road cars. Like, that defines Gran Turismo as building up a road car. I'd hate to see that go, but I think the primary focus of the rest of this game and the next games needs to be on racing cars and racing content rather than like car culture stuff. I believe we've beaten Nar with that last lap. Not by much. I think a Gran Turismo open world could definitely work. But I don't know if that's where the resources should go right now. Like, everybody loves Simcade, whatever you want to call it, open world game. Look at Horizon. That's super arcadey in my opinion. You know, at times I find it hard to enjoy the physics, but Horizon 3 and Horizon 4 from Forza, those are fantastic games. Like, even though I don't really like the physics, I don't really like a lot of the things, I don't like the editor, I don't like the car customization. Just driving around the world and having that open world, even if the cars are frustrating, like, if you really break it down, I don't think that the Horizon games are very good open world racers. But just that aspect of having the more realistic feel to an open world game is so important, and Gran Turismo can hit that nail on the head. With AC Evo getting the full Nordschleife thing, where it's like 500 kilometers or whatever they said around the Nordschleife, that is going to be such a cool experience, even if that game sucks. I've seen some pretty mixed reviews on it so far. Even if that game turns out to be bunk to the public, to the real public, to people actually buying the games and playing it on console like I would, if that game is bunk, but they still put that in, it's going to be awesome. It's going to blow the doors off everything else. Even if the game sucks, just having that open world Nürburgring, so many people are going to be playing that. Again, I don't know if it should be their focus necessarily, but if a lot of these racing franchises want to stay relevant, I think having a more open world aspect definitely works. Even on a track racer. Like, I want to be able to have pit control. I want to be able to fly straight down here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I get reset. You know, even just being able to do that, just for shits and giggles, that would be such an improvement to the game. I know that sounds stupid, but it's dense traffic as a setting on every open road racing game would be fantastic. It's a must. I recently got back into Forza Horizon 5. I stopped playing the game for a long time. Apparently this is like their last update thing this month. So I've been participating in that a little bit. And the main thing that I hate the most is the drivatars and the AI. Like, when it works, it's really cool and really good, but most of the time it's just annoying. It needs to be like a toggle thing. But it could be so cool. I'm happy to say Girth Vader's back. I met him in Spa, the Spa round. Unfortunately, he didn't finish. He struggled with pace a little bit, I noticed. But he's got really good racecraft. He's got really good awareness. I was way faster than him in qualifying, but he was still kind of on the track, still kind of racing me. He moved over. Gran Turismo, you never see that. This guy knows how to race. Girth Vader knows how to race, and I can totally respect that. You know, he's got 205 points. He didn't finish the Spa race, but I had so much respect for him because he moved over in qualifying when he knew that there was a faster car. He did it fast. He did it predictably. Absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, he was really struggling in the rain. I lapped him in the race. He put his hazards on. He pulled over. He let me by. Like, that's such good racecraft in Gran Turismo. I don't know why we don't see that kind of stuff more often, but it's really good. I love it. Love the guy. I'd kiss him if I could. Thank you for the luck, my friend. Qualifying first. Hopefully people will be like Girth Vader and be aware, move if they see a faster car. Whether or not I'm going to be the fastest car, I don't know. Probably not. Qualifying is a struggle for this car, because like I said, it's not fast in clean air. And I don't really want the draft, because I can't pass cars in the draft anyways, so... hopefully it's not broken. I've had an issue with sport races. It's not. Okay, great. I've only had that problem once in the manufacturer stuff. I wonder if they fixed it, because I haven't been getting it anywhere near as much. But here we go, qualifying. Appreciate the viewers. Enjoy some roof camera hot laps. I'd be surprised if we don't fight for the front. Should be some good racing. Hopefully it stays clean. Let's rock and roll. Excuse me, I don't really want to hold up this huge cluster of cars back there. We're not in a great spot. I'm going to ease off just a little bit. Hopefully I can stay faster than the bullshit. Oh, that's a rough line. Like we're probably going to get 2 laps out of it, maybe 3. That's good. wide, let me by, let me by, let me by, come on. Look at this, I got the draft, he's pulling away. You better let me by into the bus stop. Your lap's done, man, come on. Defending it for some reason. Hopefully it's not too bad of a time loss. And a penalty. He's going to keep it. See, if that were Darth Vader, he would have moved over. He wouldn't be defending. Come on. Ooh, 45-1. Holy cow, that's a quick lap. Some interesting shenanigans going on. Wow, that's a quick lap. That's great. This better be a high point split, man. That's a crazy lap. Hopefully we can move up a little bit. We can be faster than 46. Come on. That's just a bad lap. That's just 2 bad laps in a row. We can be up there, but we weren't. Bit of a shame. Might be able to move up a couple places though, but I'm not too happy with those. Could have been worse, we could have had worse traffic. Not great. Not horrible, but not great. We could be a little bit closer to the Corvette. We could be ahead of the Corvette. Ideally, we're ahead of the Corvette. Otherwise, we can't really do anything about that. There's no way that we weren't catching that R8 without a buddy dedicated to helping us through that. That's quick. That's quick. But I'm hoping in traffic we can at least keep up with him. Hopefully he makes a mistake. Pits are weird. Things happen. Things typically don't happen to me unless I get crashed into. Knocked down by a 4C. Hopefully we can keep top 5. I think we can. Looks like most cars are over. Porsche isn't over yet. Right, see you, man. Might be running 2 of these. Let's see how this ends up, though. Holding on the 4, let's see. 103 points. That's insane. That guy did a 45-1. That's a crazy split. I was expecting at least 110, 120 something. Yeah. If we don't win, that's probably do another split. That's surprisingly good. Let's see. 15 laps. I don't know if it's the I don't know if it's the same settings as the first Daytona race. You know what I don't see in that big circle of cars? A McLaren. No respect. Disrespect. Can't believe I do that. It's gonna be Porsche or Ford next year, though. Probably Porsche. That's so weird. I've been with McLaren for so long. I did one stint in the Audi in 2019. Otherwise, I've been McLaren the whole time. It's gonna be weird seeing a Porsche or a Ford in MDIG colors, Edgar Motorsports colors. Even I don't know which one it is now. I guess it's probably MDIG colors. Keep it classy. MDIG's the OG. Edgar Motorsports is just the more professional parent thing now. By the way, if you are a new subscriber or you're not that familiar with me and you're interested in racing commentary or anything like that, I have a channel that is full of race room commentary. It's called Adker Motorsports, ADK ER Motorsports. If you want to see some cool sim racing stuff, head over to there. It's going to get a lot better here soon. Promo over. Time for racing. Also subscribe to this channel. This is the main channel. Edgar Motorsports is like a secondary channel. Out of business, technically, but whatever. Alright, let's do it. Toggles are working. I just noticed that. They stopped working mid small race. So I was hoping they weren't broken forever. It doesn't look like they are. That's nice. Alright. I love our car. I love our car so much. It looks so good. We're getting forced wide in turn one immediately by a BMW. I know how that is. He's Argentinian this time, not Chilean. Porsche's going for the outside. That's not going to work on anybody. Let's fight our way back up there. Come on, that wasn't fair. We've got the speed through here. The infield's where this car is not that bad. Still not great. At least I can keep up. At least I can make time. Got the draft from the Honda. On the inside of the Ferrari. Outside of the Honda, we're going to try and get a line if we can for the bus stop. For furthest outside, we're going to get a run. That Honda surprisingly not pulling away. He's going to fight it hard. Look at that. Brave man. Must applaud that. Hell of a defensive move from the Honda. Did not expect anything like that. Really good. Ferrari's gaining. Car really struggles in the straight line. That 4C that just beat us out in qualifying, we're going to be able to pass him. Honda, that's not a legal move to do in oval racing, I think. Down the inside, got no choice but down the inside. Hit from behind, punted forward past the Honda again. Alpha behind now. Someone braked really late. Cut across the nose. No contact. Bunch of cars trying to get down the inside on a weird line. I'm on one too. Holy hell. Watching the radar a bit too much. Rear damage to the car. Someone really nailed us. good though. We're coming back. Slowly but surely, we're coming back. Bit of a wonky line through there. Hopefully no penalty. Hopefully we don't get crashed into on turn 1 again. I see why I'm catching up to the leaders now. There's a fight going on up there. Old nemesis, the South American BMW. In podium spots to take that from him. I'm getting a phone call, I can't answer it. See who it is. Don't mind the music. That's just a temporary thing. Okay. Sacrificing race, answering phone call. Ugh. Terrible timing. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm nothing shy of furious at that. What a fucking joke, dude. That fucking disqualifying me for being paused while I'm trying to call my out-of-town family. What the fuck? I've already lost 4 places, man. God damn. Just a fucking waste of time. Fucking waste, dude. Unbelievable. It pisses me off so fucking much. Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just be able to fucking do this? It's not that hard. I just need to be left alone. Jesus Christ, people. Most unimportant fucking bum-ass phone call I've ever gotten. I should just have a no, I can't answer. I can't answer. But that... I'm sorry. That's infuriating, honestly. That was a great race. That was gonna be great. And it docks me SR, it docks me DR. Like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? If I can't fucking stand up and go take a phone call for 5 minutes without you DQing me, what a fucking joke. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess wait for the next fucking split so that something can go terribly wrong. Fuck. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Now I have to wait for the next fucking split, even though that split was gonna be just fine. Shut the fuck up, don't call me. I'm sorry. Sorry for lashing out at that. That's just super. What a fucking joke. Ah, man. So I should have kept the fucking earbud in so I could take the fucking call. Just for that to be a fucking shit show too, I guess. Okay. We'll just wait for the next split. We'll run a sport race or something. We can do this one. That's a good car. Lancer. I've just lost all interest. I don't know. Escort Calderwood. It's a fantastic car. Very, very frustrating. Let's do a time trial, I guess. Stupid phone call. People, please leave me alone. When they call me twice and they don't pick up the 3 times I call them. Little tail happy car. Hopefully the next sprint's worth more points. If it's not, I'm gonna be like beyond livid. Like I'm gonna call that guy back and fucking yell at him with it. Because I stayed calm during the phone call. Because it's a fucking video game. But I'm also streaming, and he knows that. I'm also participating in manufacturers, he knows that. He knows what time it's happening. I mean, it's fun on the racing cards, but it's surprisingly slippery. Man, I hate outside people. It's such an interesting mix of good and bad camber and like rubbered in and not rubbered in. Like some parts are like, holy crap, this car has so much grip and this track has so much turn-in ability. And other times it's like, am I driving on fucking dust? Like, it's such a weird track. What the fuck? Whoa, what? What's that about? Come on, you have grip for that. Is that meant to be mirrored? Is that meant to be mirrored? Hold on a second. Is this car missing a bunch of stickers? I think it might be. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and guess I did that on purpose. There's gotta be a way to do that flat out and set up properly. Jesus Christ, car! Man, if it steps out, you actually do have to lift. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. That's super weird and inconsistent. What's this truck? I doubt it's the car, I bet it's the truck. There's like a lot of rubber and good camber on like the apex, but the rest is like, what is grip? Hit him with the fucking, what is sportsmanship?
Like, what the hell?
Now I think I should just take fire. Maybe it's where it affects it, I don't know. I'm not esports, I'm just wanting esports. Okay, let's see if this corner kills me again. It does. It like, there's some weird curbing going on there. It's a lot bumpier than it looks. Throws the car up into the air. It's ready to catch it up. What the fuck? Oh, that's not working either. It's scrubbing bad. Oh, it's scrubbing really bad. Jesus Christ, that's the fucking third time in a row. It feels like you can spin the wheels on the way out of that. It's not fast to do that in the first place. I don't know why I want to. It's fast to go airborne there. Car's a weird torque curve. Like it has nothing, and then it's got a lot. Does it have BBT? It kind of feels like very low valve time. That was terrible. Oh, that was so bad. That was like embarrassingly bad. That's like if I was commentating that and I watched that unfold, I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing kind of bad? Stay flat. Stop fucking staying flat. Right foot. What the fuck? Stop! It doesn't work. I know it looks like it works, but it doesn't fucking work. Please. My fucking foot has no obedience, bro. It's the fourth fucking time. It won't stop fucking. You can hold that one. You can't hold that other one that you keep fucking spinning out on. Just stop trying. I need to do it the next fucking lap. I don't know if it's like being stubborn or being fucking stupid. But that happens a lot to me, honestly. It's like, I feel like I should be able to do this cool thing. But it doesn't work, so I'm just gonna keep trying to do it the exact same fucking way and hoping I catch it next time. Like every now and then, I notice that's the mindset I'm taking. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, right foot. Let's think about this. That was okay. You probably could have even done some more work there. Okay, to be fair, that wasn't the right foot's fault that time. We weren't even flat. It just let go. It just wants to get a little bit sideways. Check the replay on that. Watch that little throttle gauge. We weren't full throttle. Constipated. Driving a Porsche. When something goes wrong in the Porsche, I at least laugh about it. When something goes wrong in the McLaren, I'm always upset. .56.2, is that good? I can go faster if I need to. Let's see if I really need to. Whatever. Silver's alright with me. How does it compare to my mates? Yep. Boomer did a 56.8. I don't know if that means I'm fast or I'm slow or Boomer's really fast. I'm gonna go ahead and say Boomer's getting fast. Okay. Quick restroom break before the race. Okay, so for the highlight video, the review video, the replay, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't really know. Let's just have a gentleman's agreement and forget the last hour of our lives, okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the, from what I know, the final round in the Manufacturer's Cup. It's been a long day. Haven't gotten home until 6 local time, not 5, 6. Definitely didn't do the 6 o'clock race. I've been waiting all day to do the 7 o'clock race. I don't know what happened in the 6 o'clock race. I wasn't there for that. Yeah, blah blah blah. We are fighting for winning McLaren, but I missed round, so probably not. But whatever. Okay, we're all caught up. I'm just gonna pick a random number for the points for winning, but hopefully, just as a random number, hopefully the win is worth more than 103 points. Just a random number, not basing that off of anything. All right, entries open. Let's have fun. Remember, phone calls don't happen in motorsports. Race cars don't have phones, you idiot. Whoops. Yeah, honestly, the atmosphere of these races is great. We did beat, we've been ahead of NAR the whole time. We didn't recently beat him or anything. An hour ago never existed, like I said. If you think we were practicing this an hour ago, you're wrong. First attempt at this. If you're wondering why the stream's going to be privated afterwards, yeah. Yeah, whatever. Here we go, yippee, first try. Oh, I've got the wrong steering wheel on. Give me a second. Got my big ass round wheel on. There we go. Yeah, the atmosphere of these races is really good. I remember the last time I did one of these was exactly 1 week ago. I haven't done one since. Promise. Jokes aside, that first attempt is going to be really good. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see the end of that. So hopefully we won't get interrupted this time. We could have a little bit more luck, honestly. We got punted twice in turn 1, 2 different times. Sorry, I'm pausing so much. Having a couple technical difficulties. But I mean, afterwards, we were catching, we were in a good spot. Yeah. I really would have liked to see the end of that, or at least save the replay so I could see how it ended. But unfortunately, we got disqualified. Reason? Being paused for too long. Didn't know you could get disqualified for that, but now I do. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the video I made, but I talked about that vehicle just a little bit. I drove it once, haven't driven it since. I'll say that. And the one time I drove it, I think I drove it for a minute, and I immediately rolled it, because I thought that would be funny to put into the video. And it was, so... Joke's on you, Toyota CHR. Yeah. Surprising amount of people defending it. If we got like an actually cool SUV, if there is such a thing, it could have been good. Like a cool, maybe not SUV, because I don't think there is a cool SUV. There's plenty of quote-unquote regular traffic cars that are cool and would be great to have in Gran Turismo. Like we could have gotten like a new base Corolla. I wouldn't have made this big ass upset over dramatic rant video if we got like a base Corolla. Because come on, I'm pretty sure you can get those with manuals. They're still small. Even if you can't get them with manuals, they're automatics. They have gears. It's not a CVT. Small front wheel drive car, underpowered, lightweight, simple. Like some dog makes they make a few. Durango. That's the only one I can name. I don't know. I'm not a big fountain of knowledge when it comes to big American cars. I know Jeep. Like Jeep has the Grand Cherokee. I think it is. It doesn't sound right, but there's some kind of Jeep with the engine that they had from the Dodge Hellcat muscle cars. I don't know which one it is. I think they're the same. Challenger or Charger. I'm pretty sure they're the same engine. But they slapped into the Trackhawk. That's what it is. Yeah. Big 7-liter, 6.7. I don't really remember. Big supercharged V8 engine. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm biased, but I don't think I would do that for you. Like Urus. I've got nothing against Lamborghini. I like Lamborghini. I like seeing Lamborghini in video games. I was laughing my ass off at the Urus inclusion. Like that just feels so out of place. Like you can have good regular traffic cars in Gran Turismo, but SUVs just feel weird. And I don't really know why. It just seems weird to see those in the game. I feel like they could make it work, but something about it just doesn't make sense. Like a Urus is actually not that bad of a starting place. Like I hate the Urus, but like when it comes to a game about performance cars, you know, the Urus isn't a slow car. You can make like rally build out of that. Not necessarily rally, but like this game with rally tracks. Something like a heavily modified rally raid style Urus. That would be good for that. I guess I kind of loop back to what I was saying before, where the race cars are good. Like what's it called? There's like I think it's a Touareg. There's like those Touareg rally raid cars, or even just like a fictional one. Like why not introduce a Urus rally raid special edition Group B car? Like that could be interesting, I guess. I don't know what that would be though. That would be like some weird BGT mix. It's a weird spot. Like, I'm always going to be biased and say Gran Turismo shouldn't have SUVs, but the truth is, there's nothing really wrong with it having SUVs as long as they play their cards right. And when you really break it down, the Urus is one of the more exciting, interesting options. Something about it seems a little bit off. Maybe if they started differently, like if they threw something else at the Urus. I don't know what it is. Bias aside, like it could have been executed far worse. Far worse. Imagine if we started with the CHR. My God. But it could have been executed initially a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit too nitpicky though. And when that car came out, I don't remember what class it was, but it was really good at a specific PP build. A lot of people are really into that track car. I've met a lot of people in the streams that really root for the track car. I don't really see the appeal. Like I said, I'm biased. I don't really like big engine cars anyways. I kind of see the appeal because it's everywhere. It's not just Gran Turismo asking for the track car. Like, there are people coming in. The marketing for this game was done really well. Loads more people playing Gran Turismo than ever. The movie, the ease of access, you know, seeing it on the online store, seeing the crazy pushes for like VR, Pro, and they did a really good job for marketing on this game. I think it brought in like more people. Like there's a lot of old Gran Turismo guys coming back, but there's a lot of new guys. Like you said that you did the NASCAR stuff. And again, like the oval stuff I'm not really interested in. But the NASCARs and the road courses were pretty fun. I don't know. It's really interesting to remember because there's going to be a lot of people that do not want focus on this. But there's even a lot of people that do want things like track car simulations. So it's hard for them to say what they should focus on. Oops, that's the wrong button. Oh, I didn't really want to press a button anyways, but I pressed one. That was the worst one to press. Hey, that was pretty cool. Taking the Automobilista line on that. It doesn't work in Gran Turismo. We lose time when we do that. Because they put so much marbles there. In AMS2, if you just start driving there, they're not going to put marbles there. Because you're driving over it. Even if everybody else goes there, there's still going to be a car passing through there every now and then. So there's way less marbles there. And it doesn't have an effect on the car. But in this game, no matter where you put it, it's going to put marbles on the outside of the corner. So my cool meta secret, super cool secret Automobilista line that nobody knows about, that gets like a full second on your lap, doesn't work in this game because they put fucking marbles on the middle of my racing line. Yeah, I don't really get it. I didn't mind GT6. Maybe that's just nostalgia. Maybe that's just me being a dumb kid back when I was playing GT6. But I didn't really mind GT6. I went back to GT5. That one was pretty controversial. I didn't see the hate. I've played GT3. I played GT4. Those were great. GT5 and 6 aren't that far up from that. Like they're off. They're not to the level that the PS2 era was, but they're a lot better than GT Sport and GT7. They stick to the formula a lot better this game. Come on, car. Is my wheel on the right setting? No. I've been on the dirt setting the whole time. These guys are fucked. Watch me make like 2 seconds. It's on the fucking dirt setting right now. Steering ratio is probably way off. In this game or GT6? I like GT6 because it's got an ST170 in it. When I say ST170, because that's what's in the game. In America, at least, it's called that. Focus SVT, and that's what I have in real life. But the Gran Turismo and the rest of the world CST 170, so that's why I refer to CST 170. But I don't really remember GT6 that much. I remember the Red Bull stuff. I don't remember it from GT5, and in my playthrough of GT5, since the servers are down, they don't actually have the Red Bull stuff. And the freaking cars, there are so many cars in GT6, and they are so expensive. Like, this game has some updated marketing for sure. Like in-game market, in-game economy. GT6, you go over there, McLaren F1 road cars $1 million, and this game is 20. But how many more $20 million cars are there in GT6 and GT7? A shitload. And you have every NASCAR, every paint variant of every like race car. They're all different versions of cars. In here you go in there and it's like a little sub thing. Like, for example, the Lexus GT3. If you go in there, there's like 2 versions of the car you can pick from. But they're separate. But in the other games, it was like the M6, where you have the endurance model and the sprint model. But then there would also be all the different teams. It wouldn't be like pickable colors. You have to collect every team car. Like that's the interesting thing about GT6 and GT5. Is holy cow. They put all the cars in. Like, it's not like, okay, here's the NSX GT500, put whatever paint scheme you want. It's like, okay, we have to do the Ray Brig one, we have to do the Castrol one. They all excuse me. They all got all the different teams. You just mentioned Miatas. Holy fuck. I'm gonna go on to GT5 and point out how many fucking Miatas I have. I don't even buy Miatas. I'm also upset because this is less points. This is a lower split rate. And check is the fucking fast Audi guys in here. This is so unfair. Anyways, but GT5, I started replaying that. I'm about halfway through it right now. I took a long break. I've got more fucking Miatas. I have like 20 Miatas. And I've never even gone out and bought one. I've never thought it's time to go buy a Miata. It just gives me all the different Miatas. And that's the thing. They have the Japanese specs, they have the Euro specs, they have the US specs, they have the special editions for all 3 of those as well. There is so many freaking cars in that game. And it's not just Miatas, they have that for every single car. Every car. You have different regions, you have different editions, you have the same edition with a different badge with a different name. Like, it's crazy. They're all the same underneath. They all have the same texture. They just switch a freaking character in the name in the garage. That's basically it. Like, a lot of those Miatas, they don't even have badges that let you identify what version it is. It's crazy. I think I counted, last time I looked, there's like a dedicated Miata endurance race. It's like 4 hours, some of it's at Tsukuba. I think it's actually a lap race. But it takes a long time. It's like 4 hours. It's at Tsukuba. You have to drive a Miata. You got a car of like, I don't know, a grid of 20 cars. They're all different kinds of Miatas. And I looked before that race. I'm like, what Miata should I build? How many fucking NAs alone I had? Not even counting NBs or NCs. Just NAs alone. I had like 15 of them. I had a shitload of NBs. Somehow I didn't even have an NC. That's what I wanted to build. I wanted to build a nice NC. I didn't even have an NC, but I had a boatload of fucking NAs and NBs. I was like, okay, I'll build an NA. Should have built an NB. But that was just like, that was last year when I looked at that. And comparing it to this game, that's like, holy cow, we just have an NA now. Like, they just ditched that. Because in this game, in those old games, you know, they're standard cars. What detail can you put into them? But in this game, they would actually have to go find those cars in real life, find the little details that makes each special edition, like badge or weave in the freaking leather that's just barely different from the other versions. And they'd have to go out there and model that and laser scan that shit. So it makes sense. It makes sense why they don't do that anymore. But it's like kind of an interesting takeaway, if I'm being honest. Like that kind of added a little bit to the atmosphere. But I'm not going to complain because that is impossible. If you're going to sit there and unironically say, yes, we should have every variant of NA just like we did in GT5, you need to be institutionalized because that is like fucking 30, admittedly, pretty, what's this guy in the BMW? Pretty similar car models, but that is a lot of work for so little change in detail. Okay, we'll do the next lap quiet, and I'll get back into talking. Hopefully that guy in the already just had a few, because that is a fucking fast one. 45 minutes inside. Kick your butts is pretty quick. Behind you. The BMW? What? Oh yeah, we're running purple, baby. Best run through the bus stop when it wasn't on there. That's good news, right? I was hoping I'd be closer than that. Oof. Alright. Same spot. I believe that's the same spot. I mean, like a lot of people are saying. Like, I can't be mad about the EF. I believe that's what it is, the EF. It's like, that's the moat to the Civic. And they did some cool stuff with that, you know. Not that I like it, but it's interesting, you know. They did a hood bra. In an old stream, I showed the stupid EK9 that I built. Just for shits and giggles. It's got all the mismatched panels and rusted and crashed. I put a fake hood bra on it. I was like, yeah, that's fun. And then they go and put an EF with an actual hood bumper on. And they have that little aerial thing. There's like an aerial part that you can buy in the parts. It's like a little aerial that goes above the driver door. And you can put vinyl on that. You can make your own little aerial. It's little details like that that make me really happy. I'm not upset about the EF at all. Like if they put in another EK9 or another version of a generation that we already had. Like a different EG Like if they put a non-SIR EG, like a lower class EG, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck? But an EF, with that, like those little, we care about this car, we're gonna put nice details in it. Like I can't be mad at that if I'm being honest. CSR, I can be mad at. Ionic 5M. I mean, it's a modern world. I have my biases against electric cars and CUVs and SUVs, but I'm not gonna get mad at that. You know, EVs, they're gonna be present. I don't think they should be present as they are, but they need to be a thing. They need to be present. In a racing game, though, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But at least that's not a bad one to pick for a racing game. Like, that's a sport EV. If they put in, like, a Mitsubishi My EV or something weird that's just like an electric city car. Like one of those what are they called? BYD windmill. I don't know what the fuck they're called. They have a stupid name. There's this little BYD city car. Like if they put that in, I'd be like, okay, this is stupid. But the Ioniq 5N it's not that bad. The EF, super respectable. There's a community behind that. People have EFs. They put a lot of good effort into it. And they're brewing a race car. Can't really use it in anything, but it's a race car. Like, that's alright. I made 3 wraps for it already. Plan to do the entire 95 grid. That's a good point. The i3 is in here. Which is so weird. Because that is like a little electric city car thing. And it looks goofy. And it's, I don't think it's that fun to drive, but some people might find it to drive. The thing that I like about putting in stupid city cars that are ICEs, like Le Mazda Demio, you can pimp a Mazda Demio out. You can get it to make 300 horsepower and to be like a touring car. You just, excuse me, you just can't really get that kind of thing out of an EV. I think that's a big loss on this game. Is that when you put an EV in, you can't make it that much better. You can't put more power in it. You can get weight out of it, sure. Put better tires on, change the suspension, whatever. We knew that with all the cars. But like that increase in power, like imagine if you could put 500 horsepower into an i3. It would be kind of cool. It would be like a fun little electric touring car. But that just wouldn't be possible. I've just noticed there's another McLaren in this split. We have a McLaren brother. Uh-oh, shit, he's Brazilian. I'm gonna... Yeah. Get the fuck away from me. He's Brazilian missile incoming. Brazilian missile, holy shit. Punted. Fucking Ferrari's punting that guy. He's trying to fucking spin me for some reason. Okay. We're clear of the Brazilian. We have some armor against the Brazilian now. Yeah, K-trucks with engine swaps. Fantastic idea. They're silly, but people still like them unironically. An engine swap just make them cool. Like, come on. That's a no-brainer. You hit so many groups with that. Like, who's gonna say no to that? Like, it's a truck. People want more trucks. It's a K car. People want more fun, interesting Japanese cars. It's got an engine swap. People want to build crazy things to put more power into it. Like, nobody's gonna complain about something like that. But, I mean, they're just like nailing small niches in their own audience. That's the weird part. Okay, these guys are fighting, time to capitalize. When 2 fight, the third does it and takes advantage. Okay. But they're bump drafting each other. So, hey guys, why don't you drop back a little bit? Let me join the party. Right? You gonna let me bump rock? Well, that's okay. They're gonna try to overtake. We can make up time. Yes, the Ferrari's a dirty fuck. Look at how dirty he drives. I'm gonna team up with the Lamborghini. Dive bomb the fuck out of him, Lamborghini. Get his ass. Fight him. Fight him. Get on the inside of him. Show him his own. Make him drink his own fucking medicine. I'm here to back you up, brother. Dive bomb him. Get him. Down the inside. Yes. Bump him. Yes. Let's fucking go. Deserved. So fucking deserved. Fuck you, Ferrari guy. Yeah. Huge respect to Lamborghini guy. That was awesome. Fucking revenge. Revenge for like 3 different races that guy ruined. Such a W. Holy shit. He didn't even get penalized either. That's the best part. Love it. I would have handled that a bit differently, but we had the same idea. We were like, okay, fuck this guy. He fucked the Yuma over. He fucked the Audi over. He fucked the Lamborghini over. I'm gonna fuck him over. Nice people. Nice. Now we're gonna stick together and be broskies. Let him stay on that for a good while. What did I just say? I'm gonna let him stay ahead for a while. That's what I meant to say. The fuck was that, man? You did that shit on purpose. You bounced it off the rev limiter so you got an extra bump and slowed me down. Alright, you clever piece of shit. I'm trying to help you. I didn't really get attacked by that Mexican guy, but we went through this together. Come on. You don't have to hold the inside there. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to go for that. That's actually quicker for him. He made time on that. That's interesting. Oh, he's not going to make time on that. Keeping cool head's a really big part of racing guys this close. Like, think about it too. You're just in your office or your living room. Who knows? Different suit equipment. I run 15 Newton meters and stuff. Heavy brakes. Haptic chassis and stuff. You can get less, you can get more. It's a lot of mental stuff. Like in qualifying, I'm 4th. In the race, I'm 2nd because I didn't crash on the first lap. I kept it cool. Big part of this. using the entire track. When I teach novices at the race shop, and when I coach tournaments, biggest thing I see. In fact, last tournament, a guy called Ricky, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing dirt over stuff for a long time. He knows how to drive a car fast, right? Biggest problem he has in road is doesn't use the whole track. Like it was streets over there. You want to be up on the wall. You want to be cutting across curbs when you can. He couldn't do that. He was too close to the middle of the track, and he knew how to do it. Outside, inside, outside. Yes, he was still going from inside, outside to inside, but he just wasn't doing it enough. He was losing so much time. That's like the number one thing I have to tell people. Listen, look, it's going to look like you're going to hit a wall, but you're not. It's going to look like you're going to go off the track, but you're not. That's a huge thing. That wasn't a dive attempt, that was just kind of experimenting. And it went well. It didn't really go well, it just worked. I didn't die, I didn't kill that guy, so I wouldn't call that going well, but should try to go around the outside. I think the outside works for them. That later braking, carrying well on the outside, that's better. That was fast through there. How the hell did I do that? That was really good. Look at the bumper didn't get this guy. He's going to try that again. I'm not going to let him do it. He got that. He knew that I saw it coming. I'm not going to bump you here. I'm going to go around. I'm going to take the fastest lap. I'm going to see what I can do on the outside. Grass there. Could have worked. Way too close to the inside. A big thing, because I got first place. Less than half a second from him. I'm not looking at him at all. I don't care about what he's doing. I'm just driving my own race. Pretending like it's qualifying. I'm not looking to pass him. I'm just looking to stay with him. Waiting for him to make a mistake. You can pass people by diving down the inside, being faster. But the most efficient way to do it is when they let you by on your own. So that's a big thing. I always see people going for huge dives and pushing them out of the way. But it's going to be so much better if you just wait. You can learn where they're faster and where they're slower. You can get faster just by watching the car head. By combining where he's fast and where you're fast. You're just going to be the faster driver by the end of the lap, or the end of the race, right? You're going to have the slipstream. You're going to have more fuel. He's going to be under so much pressure. Because I've been half a second behind him the whole race. Imagine what's going through. Holy crap, this is going fast. He's going to try and pass me. He's going to try and pass me. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, there's a Lamborghini there. I'm going to go over here. Look at how easy this is. I'm going to drive my normal. Meanwhile, he has to go to the inside and think about it and try and defend. Through I go. Just driving on my own. That's a huge part. That doesn't just help you go fast. That doesn't just help you pass good. That helps you keep your nerves down. You think about this. That's another really big thing. Focus on your own race. Don't race the guys. Race yourself. Now that I'm ahead, I have to race the guy, because he's going to try and go around the outside, down the inside. I went offline there. I braked early. Held the inside. So now we're racing. We're side by side. I'm ahead. But when I'm behind, like I'm going to be here in a second, I bet. Oh, okay. I'm just going to get in the slipstream. I'm just going to wait again. Wait until he does the thing he didn't turn around. pump him. I'm gonna see what he's doing. I'm gonna see where he's faster than me. Pump him. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna psych him out. It's gonna make me quicker. He gets slower, I get faster. Boom. Straight through. Second I see an opportunity. That's the bus stop. I'm never gonna try and pass through there. He was gonna die. I'm like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna let him recover. So here we go. That's what he did last time. He's gonna hold the inside. I'm gonna go to the outside. Because that's just my normal racing. I get to drive my normal racing. I can make that work, but he's killing his tires. Oh yeah, that was close as shit, man. That was scary. I almost died there. Just there. That's another thing. You want to keep an eye on them, just a little bit, so that when they do fuck up, you don't crash into them while they're fucking up. That's what I'm gonna gauge when they're braking. If your braking point is way later than they are, like think about that. Like, okay, now I have to be conscious of that. I have to be conscious not to crash into the back. But this guy's still super fast. Like, he's quick. He probably brakes later than some of these places. In fact, he does. So, super similar. I'm gonna box this lap. We'll see what he does. Let off. Thinking about his race. He's expecting me to give him a little bit of a bump. He's getting distracted. Why is the McLaren falling back? Because there's a corner coming up, buddy. I almost forgot. Made time on that, even though I lifted off in the middle of the straight. I bet he's going to hold the inside. I'm trying to hit, so I'm just going to bump him out. Nope, we're both hitting. Nope, he's taking me. Nope, he is bidding. He's a hard to read guy. He put his hazards on, which made me think he was going to pit. But then he just went straight. This is going to be a good race. It's going to be good. Hopefully that Mexican guy in the Ferrari doesn't break away. I'll be super frustrated if he gets the win. We can't let that guy win. Gotta put a bit of fuel in. That's interesting. I don't think I've had to do that before. He's got to put way more fuel than me, though. Oh, we're so much better on fuel. That's nice. That's nice. You get a little bit more room, too. Play it safe. Think about fuel. Yeah, pitting in GT7 is super frustrating. I hate that you can't control yourself and that you're not like an actual car on the track. You just like blink around. That guy's not trying to pass me, I'm not going to worry about him behind me. If I see him pop up on the radar, I'll make sure I'm not closing the door on him. Otherwise, I don't care what he's doing. I do a little bit of lobby every now and then, but it's kind of hard to find one I'm interested in. The open track day ones are kind of cool, but I like the more restricted stuff. That guy just tried to go on the inside. He's like, I'm going to try and get the McLaren. You know, I was like, oh, there's a car inside. I'll just go a little bit wider. He got on the throttle. He messed up his tires. He lost time. And I just get to laugh at that. It's mind games. Watch this shit. Oh, he's smarter than I. He's not really smarter than I am, but he was smarter than I thought he was. I was gonna force him into outbraking himself, but he braked. He braked just a little bit before I did. It's good to know. Every single time I have like a good, close, high-energy race, it's been with a Lamborghini. This is the third time I've had an interesting race with a Lamborghini. The last 3 times I've had an interesting race, it's all been Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis are getting good. They're getting smart. They're getting fun to race. This is going to be a frustrating finish, I bet. He's going to be weaving all over the back straight. Try and keep it from going fast. I'm going to have to make a move before here. Before the bus stop. The bus stop. Maybe all taken out here. That much. He still thinks I'm trying things. I thought about it. The McLaren just never has the run though. It's so slow in a straight line. We were close enough for that though. We're gonna block the up and under. I saw that one coming. Alright, see you in a second, man. Tried the up and under. I saw that shit coming. That's my signature. So I was like, nope, I'm going to stay to the inside. He had to slow down and use all that momentum. did mine. I'm surprised that worked. I'm surprised that worked too. We pulled that one off. That was cool. I really thought that would freak him out. Really slows to that point. Was that strategic? I don't know. Is that really helpful? On the marbles, held it though. Bit sketchy, didn't get the turn in I wanted. What's up? We got 2 more laps. He's really being defensive. A lot of time doing that though. It's really interesting. It's good at keeping the momentum. Great race. This is totally not worth 100 points. This is worth way more. Oh shit. He's gone. He's made a mistake. Capitalize. What a weird mistake to make. Stay on top of him. Chance. Oh, if that's not a penalty, we got him. That was a close call on track limits, though. I think we got him. Holy shit, guys. Oh, that was a great race. That was fantastic. That was really good. Really, really good. That guy's great. He's a great racer. Super clean, super smart. Nothing but respect. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Kept it going for 15 laps straight, too. That's when you know the guys that you're racing are good. If you can go like that for 15 laps straight, even more, like no big crashes, no big controversial moments. All of the mistakes that we made them on our own. Right? That's fantastic. You just don't get that in Gran Turismo very often for some reason. It was great. No, that was a lot of fun. That was really good. I like that. The thing, yeah, it's tough. The good thing about the McLaren is it's bogged down on corner exit, so you can be really throttle happy. Otherwise, the car is shit. That's why I'm going to Porsche or Ford next time, next year. But with what you were saying about passing on the slipstream, this car is too slow in a straight line. And I was saying earlier, if it came down to me having to pass him on the final straight with slipstream, he would be weaving and blocking. I guarantee he would be breaking the rules there. Blocking, forcing me to bump draft him across the line. Like, I knew that wouldn't work. That's why in the infield section on the last lap, I was just like, now's the time. I have to do a dive. I have to go for it. Because there's no way that this car and this driving standard, even though that guy's great, that's not going to work in this. But unfortunately, I don't know what happened. He just completely outbraked himself. That was crazy. He went so wide. And he still stayed on top of me really well. But yeah, look at that. We got 4th in qualifying. And, well, we got him. Oh, did he leave? He left. Hold on. He dropped out before I could even say anything. He did not like getting 96 points. I disagree. That was fantastic. That was so good. That was like the best race I've had in the Exhibition 1. This is the best one so far. That was so good and so close. And admittedly, the guy in the Ferrari was being an asshole, but nobody else, like, caused a collision that I was upset about. Huge respect to the guy in the Lamborghini. Don't know why he immediately dropped out. Guy in the Ferrari looks really bad. Guy in the Audi, super fast. Yeah, fully modeled playground. That's another thing. They put so much detail into this game. It's freaking crazy. I will never understand why people defend Forza detail after they play this game. There's a guy dedicated to going into VR and looking at like little crevices in cars, and compared to Forza, holy shit, I need to link that video because it is so crazy. I remember he looked at a 787B. He compared it. 10 races in a second for classification. I don't know. These guys are complaining. I think it was great, but yeah, what was I saying? The guy, he looked at the 787B in both Gran Turismo and Forza. Forza doesn't even they have pieces of the livery wrong. I don't know if it works with the Oculus stuff. I think it might only work with the PSVR stuff. But I don't know. Don't take my word on that. I have no clue. I've driven VR. Is it worth the discounted price that I got it for? Yeah. Is it worth full price? Probably not. I don't really use it that much. I use it every now and then. It's fun. But, yeah. But again, yeah, I have no idea. It probably will work, but yeah, the 787B in Forza, it didn't have the driver name, bits of the livery were wrong, there was detail missing, parts missing, it was like the wrong spec. It was like someone looked at a 787B on Google Images and they're like, it's time to make that. And if that's not how they do it, but like if it was down to looking at just pictures of the car, fantastic job. But it isn't. Gran Turismo does so much better at that kind of thing. Like, let's grab an original race car. This thing. It's got driver names. It's got the lights that function properly. It's got the, you know, the vinyl inside the car. It's got super detailed stickers all over it. The livery's 1-to-1 in real life. The car detail's 1-to-1 in real life. Forza, for some reason, just can't really get that. And I don't really know why. It's weird. Is this actually? That might be a wrong statement, actually. I'm not so sure that is a real livery. Bad example. Let's go to BMW. Because I know this one. I've never had to clean a car in this game. But yeah, they have driver names. They have track maps. They have period correct stickers in the right spots. Like, they do a great job modeling cars in this game. I have no idea how people can say Forza's better at models and graphics and shit. Like, just look at this. You're watching this on, like, your PC, or your phone, or your TV. If that's the case, this isn't streaming in HDR, or 4K, or 8K, or 120 FPS, or anything like that. Like, when you're in my cockpit, and you're looking at the 4K screens and shit, it's real. Like, I feel like I could reach out and touch that shit. It's so well done. Some of the reflections and some of the textures are a bit weird, but yeah, like, light detail, like the light housing and the reflections and the way that the lights work. Like, if you look at some of the cars, like, lights aren't just on, off, on, off, on, off. Like, they have pollution and stuff. Like, the turn signals on a GTR. Great example. Like, it's not just, like, ticking. There's, like, a fade to it, like there would be on a real GTR. The bulb dims and brightens, right? Just coming on and off. Like, there's so many super small details in this game that are just... no other game does it. Like, no, the physics aren't quite right. They're pretty good. It's got flaws. But you can't bash on the modeling. Like, that shit is incredible. By the way, here's the Civic I was talking about. Another thing about this that you brought up with the washing cars, that's like car maintenance. If you look at my oil, it's normal. Me and a friend of mine have decided that it would be cool to push the car maintenance stuff to its limits. So we both have a Civic, and every now and then we hop on, we drive the Civic for a super long time. We do endurance races in this piece of shit. And we have like this clapped out tune, where it's like shitty tires, no power, shitty suspension. Super funny, super good laugh. Sometimes the car just fucking drives like shit, and that's super funny. It's tons of fun. Tons of fun. Absolutely love it. Need to stream it sometime. But he has a Tomahawk that since the start of the game, he's been doing that. He drives that Tomahawk whenever he can. In fact, sometimes he leaves his console on and he puts the game in auto drive, so it drives for him. His Tomahawk is down to like 186 horsepower or something last time I checked. 186 horsepower from a car, I believe mine's in good condition. Did mine just go down? No. My Tomahawk, I haven't started to do it yet with mine. It's normal, but it doesn't lose any power. He went from that to fucking 186 horsepower. Because his oil and his engine fucked. But the best part is we decided, hey, let's keep the chassis rigidity so it still handles normally. So, I'm going to start doing that with my Tomahawk. Eventually we're going to have like 100 horsepower Tomahawks that still drive like Tomahawks, but super fucking slow. And we're going to do races with those. Like, we're going to go into fucking random lobbies together. And we're gonna just fucking troll with super slow Tomahawks at like 600 pp or something. Like, I'm so hyped for when we get ready for that. This is gonna be so fucking funny. I gotta stream it. I have to fucking stream it. We have to figure out streaming with multiple people. Because it's so fucking funny seeing that car go like 80 miles an hour and then take like this fucking 300-degree corner flat out at 80 miles an hour because it's still got loads of active aero and weighs nothing. It's so funny, dude. It's like Scalextrics. That's a really good analogy for it. It looks like Scalextrics cars. It's so cool. Absolutely love that guy. He's super funny too. I can't get enough of our fucking around. It's so funny. We've been streaming for a while. Well, I'm disappointed that wasn't more points. Again, I'm getting really surprised at how crummy these point splits are. Like 100 points for that race. Holy cow, that was a hell of a race. Me and that Lamborghini were never more than a second apart that entire 15 laps, except for the very end. That should not be 100 points. Come on. How much closer, how much more tense can it get than that? How can someone get 140 points? Like, what are they doing? Driving door to door the whole time? How do they judge the points? Because I think it's practice times. I think it's based on practice times. So they group it that way, and then if there's a lot of faster people in the practice times, I think they drive up the points. But me and that Lamborghini and that Ferrari was gaining us the whole time. What a fucking race. That was fantastic. There were, what, 13 to 17 other cars behind us? Imagine their races. That was just one small piece of action. That was a fraction of the field having a race like that. And you get 100 points for it. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I want to see some of these 300-point split races. Because if my understanding of how the point system works, it's gotta be fucking crazy to watch. And I'm still super upset that I missed Interlagos. Not upset that I missed Interlagos, just upset that I missed round 4. Yeah, look at how many people are pimping out their EFs. Like, people like this car. Same people are gonna do this to CHRs, but it's different. It's just not the same. The CHR has a CVT. You can't make that fun. There are just limiting factors to the car customization in this game. If it has an internal combustion engine, and if it has gears, it's going to be really hard to make it boring. If it's missing one of those things, it's just missing an essential part to making a fun car. It's weird. That's like a big flaw. They can put whatever the hell they want in it. Oh, come on. This guy did the easier Salver Mercedes, and look how many likes he got. Oh, by the way, I'm going to promote my own stuff again. Oh, duh, look at all these freaking cool liveries I make, guys. Isn't this fantastic? Look, I did the cooler C13 with way more stuff going on. Water Malone says it's awesome. This took fucking forever, man. I was about to shoot myself. Because there's a vinyl layer limit. And each one of those circles is individual. Now, that's not that bad. It's time consuming. It's not that bad. But when you run out of room while you're duplicating the entire car over, oh, it's frustrating. I think the reason that they made that, if I'm not mistaken, is either because there's a drift variant of that car and they put that car into the drift mode or something. I don't really know how it works. It's weird that they didn't put it into that fake ICE mode. Like, there's the fake sound, but they didn't put the fake gearbox, which is super weird to me. I was kind of expecting them to do that. But I think the reason you can't get torque vectoring. You can't do torque vectoring. But I think Hyundai made like a drift version of this car in real life. So I wonder if they like tried to put it into the drift mode or something to kind of capture that, because they thought people would like that. I don't know. This is one of those weird cars where I absolutely think that the Ioniq 5N fake engine noise and gearbox is dumb as rocks. Like I hate that part. But at the same time, it's like, that's the interesting thing. Love it or not, that's the thing that makes this car interesting. Why wouldn't you use that? That's weird. Really weird decisions that they made with this car, for sure. I drove it for the special event. I haven't touched it since. Obviously. It's wrapped in forged carbon and has license plates, and that's it. I only used it for one race. But I don't know. This last update, just... even with all the content that it has, could have been executed better. Like, imagine if they put in an engine swap for the CHR. Which, they will. They simply will. There will be an engine swap for this car at some point. But instead, they put the day one swap in the Civic. Which is, like, the car that needs it second most. It's ZC. I'm not familiar with that. So I guess it's not a fancy engine. I'm guessing you can put like a B series or a K series or something in it. But they haven't done like an ICE swap from an electric car, so it kind of makes sense why they wouldn't do that. Although I think it might be kind of cool to do that with like the original Model S, because I have one of those. Like, it would be kind of cool to see him put in like, I'm not a big Chevy guy, but like an LS engine, because people have done that before. Why not? It's rear wheel drive. It would be weird to say rear engine, rear wheel drive when it's got an LS in it. So maybe that's why they don't do that. Or just because they want to push electric cars. But why didn't they put the day one swap into the CHR? It's front wheel drive, big limiting factor. So they can't put like a 1,000,000 horsepower 2JZ in it. It wouldn't make much sense for them to put that Subaru Boxer in it that's in the GR86. Maybe the 3-banger from the GR Corolla or GR Yaris? I feel like that would make sense. Like the Corolla engine. Yeah, why not? Corolla engine, MR2 engine might make sense. It's a bit old though, probably not. New Supra engine, it's probably a little bit too powerful though. I don't know. I think if they're gonna put an engine swap in, it's gonna be this. They're gonna put this in it. It's gonna have a gearbox. Feel free to quote me on that. Let's find out if they put the G16 in it, because that's what I'm putting my money on. Me and my dad are having a competition to collect the most Ferraris. And the biggest limiting factor is the exclusivity. Like, we can go do circuit experiences and grind, even though I've done all of them. Like, I can go grind, get 20 million, come buy a Ferrari, I don't really mind. I do, but it's whatever at the same time. But not having the invitation. So, my dad is super jealous because I won this from a roulette ticket. And so is freaking everyone else, I bet. Like, holy shit, you got a fucking invitation card from a roulette ticket? That's some bullshit. But, okay, be quiet. Be a little bit more quiet, please. You sound great, but you're way too loud. Like, the Enzo and the LaFerrari, I couldn't buy those because I won this. And he can't go buy an FXXK. Every now and then he's like, hey, can I get on your account, drive your Ferrari? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Because, like, he doesn't get to drive it. And I do. And that's funny. Get dunked on, Dad. But the invitation thing, I get it. I get why they did it. It's fun. Realism, I guess. I don't know. Like, it makes sense. You can't just go walk in, buy an Enzo or LaFerrari or FX60. But at the same time, like, a Pagani, like, it's the Huayra, right, that they have for an invitation? Or is it the Zonda? It's the Huayra. You can go fucking pay Pagani some money for a Huayra, man. Like, come on. Like, it kind of works, but it's really dumb anyways. Yeah, it is so dumb too, because they're limited time. And if you don't feel like going out and grinding the fucking bullshit, you're just like, oh no, you don't get your fancy car. Like, I guarantee I've gotten a Ferrari invitation before as well. Guarantee. And I was just like, whatever. I'm sure they pop up all the time. I'll just do it later. Nope. I don't even really like Ferraris that much. Like, they're cool cars. It wouldn't be my first pick. I'm not like those people who are like, oh, fuck Ferrari. Like, I guess I'm a purist, so I don't really care. Like, I'm like, oh, whatever. They can do what they want. It's their image. Not their car, but it's their image. But, yeah. My dad likes Ferraris. So he said, oh, I bet I can have more Ferraris than you. And I'm like, nah. I like how it gave me this color, too. Because if I were to buy one, I would pick the black and gold. It gave me the black and gold. It gave me the color I wanted on a super expensive invitation car. The most expensive invitation car from Ferrari. Which is the hardest one to get, apparently. Because fucking nobody has one. It's so... What's cheeky? So fucking petty. Not pity. Petty. It's funny. It's funny is what I'm trying to say. It's goofy that it did that to me and not my dad. My dad's the person who actually cares about it. And I got that Ferrari and I'm like, okay, now I'm just going to beat you in your little race to get all the Ferraris. It's frustrating, but it also provides such like an interesting thing. Like, imagine if invitation wasn't a thing. And you go to a car meet. You see an FXXK and then you're like, okay, this guy's got money bags. But with the invitation, you go to a car meet, you see an FXXK, you're like, man, that guy got lucky and he's got money bags. It provides a little bit more exclusivity, which is always fun to a degree. Like, take Grand Theft Auto, for example. I don't know if you guys play Grand Theft Auto, but they deleted, like, a lot of cars. Not from the game, but from being able to purchase. So you had to buy them from somebody else, win them in a special challenge, or you couldn't get the car. And that provided a unique exclusivity. Cars that I wasn't interested in, I was now interested in. But now people are like, okay, well, where's the fucking 150 cars? That's a huge piece of content that you just get out of the game so that you can have FOMO. Like, it's good and bad at the same time. And getting all the cars in this game, like I was saying, some of the cars in this game aren't as expensive as they are in the other games. But a lot of them are way more expensive. F1, for example, go back to Gran Turismo 5, go back to Gran Turismo 6, go back to Gran Turismo Sport. Cars are $1 million. Come in here, fucking $20 million. I have an F1. I regret wasting that much of my life getting an F1, but I have it. It's cool, I guess. And it's just... I don't know. There's less cars to get. But more of the cars are more expensive. That's the thing about this one. They don't put those silly little regular traffic or cheap K cars or anything in this game. It's all like fancy classics or new supercars and stuff. Like, you go back to GT5, for example. You go into the used car dealership. That's like fucking this game's entire car list worth of cars in shitbox Japanese things that you've never even heard of. Like, that's the really interesting part of Gran Turismo. That's like essential to Gran Turismo, what Gran Turismo became in the PS2, PS3 era. But that, you can't really like look back and say, oh, why don't they just keep doing that? Why did they switch? It's not possible. It goes back to, holy crap, look at the level of detail that they put into every car. The reason they could do that back in those days is because the cars were nowhere near as detailed. In the PS2, everything all looked the same. There was just the cars. There wasn't any standard or premium cars. But they were lower poly things. Other games looked better. Forza from the same time period, hugely, leagues ahead graphics-wise to the Gran Turismos of the PS2 era. And then the PS3 era comes along, They introduced the premium cars. They've got a lot of effort in them. Look a lot better. Still a bit behind. But they have all the standard cars that look like shit. But that's how they were getting like thousands of cars out of those games by the end of their lifespan. Because they had all the fancy premium cars. But you can also go to like the used car dealership or something and get some low poly obscure things that nobody's ever heard of. Like that became a huge part of Gran Turismo. It's like having those little cars. Like there was exclusivity to pieces of shit. Like you could have like a special Daihatsu move or something, for example. Special paint, special name. That's a $15,000 shitbox, but you're like, man, that's got a really rare spawn rate. You know how many ST-170s I saw in Gran Turismo 7? Or not 7. Gran Turismo 5? 1. And I bought it. Haven't seen that car since in the used car dealership. That's just a standard car. Cheap, low poly garbage. That was the car I used the most in that entire playthrough of the game. Other than like the race cars that I had to use. And they just can't do that anymore. That's like a big thing. That's why I was saying, isn't it worth it to bring back standard cars? Because that became a big part of Gran Turismo. But that was also super controversial, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to take a short break, and I think I'm going to start up a lobby for us all to enjoy. We're going to be streaming for a long time. I got some stuff to do eventually. It's not going to be forever. But, yeah, exactly, that's the thing. Like, even in the PS3 era, you go into a supercar race, you know, the Gallardo, the 458 Speciale, or whatever it was. Not the Speciale, what did they call it? Was it the Speciale? Oh, it was the 430 Scuderia. That's the one that I'm thinking of. They put it in the game recently. We go back, you see the Gallardo, you see the F430 Scuderia. These cars look great. And then you show up in your, like, low poly De Tomaso or something. Like, it does break the immersion. And this new era of PS4, PS5 Gran Turismo is about that. Like, it's about the little details. It's about the focus. It's quality over quantity. But I think a lot of people that are used to Gran Turismo are the other way around. They want more stuff than good stuff. But in this modern era of gaming, that just doesn't really work. So what they did for this one, they executed so well. Like, you can stare at car models and you can look at every little detail. Look at the interior of this thing. Look at the textures, look at the details, look at the reflections. Man, it's like I'm sitting in a real car. It's crazy. Right? They wouldn't be able to do that if they had more cars. But they'd have more cars. Like, there is a trade-off. I think a lot of the people... Too many people care about graphics is what I'm saying. But at the same time, that's one of the things that makes this game special. That's one of the things that make this game better than all the other Simcade. A lot of people call it Simcade or Sim. Big quotes on Sim because it's not quite there yet. I think it's a lot closer than a lot of people think to being a Sim. Like, I've been playing Gran Turismo my entire life pretty much since I could hold a game controller. You know, I don't mean to brag, but I'm not slow in a real car. No. I've won real car races and stuff. I've hopped in other people's cars. I've beaten them after 5 minutes of driving. Like, the game works. It communicates how to drive a car fast. It's just not perfect. It's good enough, though. It's like getting into a different car, you know? I think if you want to spend millions of dollars, iRacing, yeah, it's going to give you a better one-to-one experience of a real car. But in this game, with the extreme diversity in all the cars, you know, it's going to be like... Getting out of Gran Turismo and getting into a real car is going to be like getting into this Taken and then getting into this Lamborghini VGT. Like, that's it. Like, I can drive both those things just fine. That's kind of how it is. At least in my opinion, that's how it is. As someone who's done that super recently with all the new games, and afterwards has played all the freaking superior race PC stuff. I'm like, it's not as hyped up as people say it is. But like I said, I'm gonna take a break. It won't be long. Just grabbing a drink. Peace out. Next, we're going to build a car. So, go ahead, type in live chat. I'll say I'm gonna post the restrictions. Really quick. 425 pp. 200 horsepower max. 1500 minimum. On, I'm guessing, comfort tires. So while I'm taking a short break, think about what car might be good for that, and I'll be back. We'll find a car that I haven't touched before. We'll make a wrap, we'll tune it. There's been people coming in and out. It's been pretty weird. Maybe we should do the lobby first and then do this afterwards, so that we can have more of a stream audience. We'll do that. Never mind. We'll do that. Taking a break. Alright, sorry about that. You said a Mazda 3. I'd have to buy a new one. But I don't really mind that because the one I have swapped. I wonder if that would work. Because that actually could be pretty good. Because we typically do endurance stuff. I have no idea what tires it's on. I'm going to guess it's on comforts if it's that low PP. So, all-wheel drive, small power turbo thing could be really good. Manual, you know, ticks all the boxes for being a pretty good build for this. It's just... Well, hold on. Let's take a look. I'm just gonna buy one. I think that's a fine idea. We'll buy one, we'll go grab some people from a lobby. Oh, yeah. Totally. Straight out of the box, it's pretty much ready, if I'm being honest. It says that I have two. Do I already have a Mazda 3? We'll start a lobby, we'll get some people. We'll customize the Mazda 3 with a bunch of people. Since I've started this YouTube channel and started streaming, I have always wanted to do like a chat paints the car type challenge. Like, I'm big on making liveries and replicas and stuff. Like, you can see a couple of them, but that would be so fun. I do have a Mazda 3. Okay, I don't have to buy one. Cool. Well, it's definitely not bad. I've seen a couple of Mazda 3s in real life. The turbo one. There's like a special edition. It's called something else in America. But they just call this one the Mazda 3 and it's a manual turbo. I think there's a fancier version. I don't really remember what it's called. I don't know if I would call it beautiful. It seems a bit big. The proportions are a bit weird. But I'm not gonna diss it. Super respectable car. The old ones too. Not gonna be my pick ever. First pick. First pick would be like a Ford or a Volkswagen Golf or something. But I never bash them. They're great. They really are pretty cool. Like the old Mazda Speed 3s, those are awesome. Okay, here's how we do things around here. We do an unenthusiastic car meet. I am stumbling over my own words. Because that's what people join, because it's funny to watch this on YouTube. Then we switch over to racing, but we might not do that this time. We might do that a different time. Typically we switch over to racing, but yeah. Give me a moment, I'll be on this here in a second. Wednesday might not be a good time for this now I think of it. I typically do this on the weekends. Here we go. That last conversation about the Mazda 3 looping back into the freaking. They should put the Focus ST170 in here. Oh man. Okie dokie. Bye.